I've already got a pair of gray contacts in and I'm moving straight to my hair, which I'm going to dye with some green spray paint. I'm taking care that the green dye doesn't go everywhere. Of course, I failed miserably and it's all over my hands and back and shoulders, but no harm done. It's water soluble and I was able to take it off with just some warm water. And now it's time for my foundation, which I'm shaking really well before using it because it's water-based. This is my MAC Face and Body in white. And the point is to make me look a lot paler than I am, so I'm actually applying 2 coats on my chest, arms, and face. I'm going back in with some cotton, which I've dipped in makeup remover, just so I clean up my brows so they can accept my glue better because I'm going to cover them up. I'm coating my brows on both sides with glue, and now I'm ready to move on to my contouring, and for that I'm using my Hollow Cream Pigment by Illamasqua. So while I wait for my glue to dry, I'm hollowing out my cheeks, I'm sharpening up my jawline, and now I'm ready to use my high coverage powder to cover up my brows, which is what I'm doing here. I'm applying my hollow pigment all over my lids and underneath my eyes as well, just so I set my base for my dark circles. I'm slightly contouring the sides of my nose. And the whole point is to make my eyes look sullen and tired. So on top of my hollow pigment, I'm picking up some medium brown eyeshadow and I'm deepening up my crease and adding to the tired and exhausted and insane look. I'm taking my brown eyeshadow down the sides of my nose as well, and now for my eye base, I'm using a dark brown metallic paint pot by MAC, and I'm taking it all the way up to the crease and underneath the eye as well, just so I intensify my dark circles and I make them look a little bit shiny and gross. Taking the same brown eyeshadow with an angled brush to create my cracks above my eyes. I'm not sure whether they're scars or just veins, but I went with scars. So I'm just placing a few random lines top and bottom, and next I'm lining my waterline and my lash line with some brown eye kohl, and for my top lash line I went for black, which I smudged out with my previous brush that I've been using all along. And just to make the cracks slash veins slash scars stand out a lot more, I'm just outlining them with some light concealer and a thin brush. This is going to make them look more raised, or it's going to make the skin appear as though it has dents in it, depending on how you apply it. I'm doing the same thing underneath my eye, adding some gross lines so they look like veins or milia. I'm placing some more shine on my lids just so they look extra sweaty, and I'm ready for my Joker lip. So I'm picking up some matte red lipstick with my lip brush and I'm applying it very messily, extremely so. I want to look absolutely deranged. I'm supposed to be a notorious criminal and killer. I really don't have time to apply my lipstick properly. So yeah, come to think of it, this is more like a Marilyn Manson-esque lip. So I'm taking my contouring down my neck just so I look a bit more malnourished and skinny. I'm outlining my bones and I'm adding my Adam's apple using some concealer and shading with my brush, which still has some brown eyeshadow on it. Time for my tattoos. I'm drawing my J, which actually looks like a dagger, come to think of it, and then 2 lines on each side of my face. I'm using a black water-based paint for my entire tattoo action. Next, my damaged tattoo, which I had to draw backwards, just like every other tattoo, and that was quite the challenge. And now onto my deck of cards. I'm starting out by the banner, which apparently has some writing onto it, which I can't really make out what it says, so I went with Hellhole. I'm creating the outline of my 4 cards, and I'm adding some ribbons and some cracks on the banner. Now I'm drawing a skull in the first card, which is an ace of spades. Apparently, they all appear to be ace of spades, in fact. So I'm drawing the inside of my cards, filling them in with A's and spades, and I'm also adding some additional shading, which I didn't see in my reference picture. I mean, these black bits, yes, sure they do exist, but as for the rest, I wanted it to look more real, so I went ahead and added some shading of my own, which you'll see in a minute. Especially with tattoos and drawn-on tattoos for Halloween, I find that not all lines and all bits have to make sense, so feel free to create your own design. I'm going on and adding my ha 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 all over my left shoulder. That took me a minute. I thought it was the right one. But yeah, I'm also making the lines a little bit more trembly just so they look creepier. And this is the shading I was telling you about with whatever's left on my brush. And now onto the right side of my chest for my skull Joker or Joker skull tattoo. Now for this part of the tutorial, I'll have to apologize in advance because I didn't realize at the time that half the skull that I'm drawing is out of shot. I guess I was really in the zone, but if it's any consolation, my Joker skull is not an exact copy of Jared Leto's tattoo. I'm not that good at copying exactly what I see, so I definitely use the photo as a reference, but I basically created sort of my own Joker skull, of course mimicking the same style. So feel free to draw inspiration from the original photo and then just go with your own sketch and be liberal with your lines. Here are a few close-ups of what I came up with by looking at Jared Leto's picture. Again, I didn't replicate the tattoos exactly, but I think that pretty much mimics the style of Joker in the new Suicide Squad movie. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this look, as well as of this brand new interpretation of the Joker in the film. One final close-up of the face makeup, and that is it for the finished Joker look. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!